Oh man. It would appear it's not possible to listen to my music whilst I am streaming live on YouTube. That sucks. Fucking hell, man. Really? How is that not a thing? Alright, hey people, anybody out there, let me know. Yeah, man, totally. Let me know when I switch to the music player, does the camera stay on, right? Because I don't need to monitor the picture. Just let me know if you hear some music. No, hear no music. Oh man. Alright, well, just for shits and giggles, and because I've seen road movie videos before, I am going to film the next half hour's voyage to Inverness. This is the A9, Aviemore to Inverness. It's not wonderfully scenic, but what the fuck. Obviously I shan't be able to respond to messages because that would be illegal and dangerous. So enjoy the trip, and it is a trip. Hi there, going to Inverness.
Going to Nairn.
Inverness is nearer to Nairn.
Perfect.
I'm filming the journey from Aviemore to Inverness. You know, you get a lot of those road movies.
Oh yeah?
I'm filming the A9 to Inverness.
Cool.
Just because I can. Because I got a phone contract with loads of data, and I figured, man, I'll never use that unless I start doing some, you know, a lot of streaming. So
now we're streaming, now we're online.
We are, although it's a shame I can't listen to music while I'm streaming because YouTube does that thing where they want you to buy YouTube music. You can't use any other app.
Why? Oh, that is annoying.
It is annoying. So how you doing? What was going on in Aviemore? Were you on holiday?
I've just walked up from Milgai to King Craig.
Aye, Mulgai, is that not like near Glasgow?
Yeah, today's day 10.
Wow.
So I'm going off track. I felt like being by the ocean, so I decided I'd just summit to the ocean and spend a day by the sea.
Well, Nairn's a seaside town, I think, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
I'm assuming you had a map before you decided to go to Nairn.
I did.
Not just randomly following road signs around Scotland.
That would be fun as well, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I kind of picked it out. I'm like, right, that's where I want to go. I'll get off my feet for a day, and hopefully I can just take my shoes off then.
Day 10, walking every day.
Yeah, except for today, obviously.
That is a lot of walking.
It's
You must have seen some nice places though.
oh, it's been absolutely beautiful. It's been wonderful, and I've only had one day where the midges were a bit wild, but otherwise it's been
Yeah.
fantastic.
I think they come out on hotter days.
Well,
If the air is still,
there was no breeze, which is not good. was lucky. Just before I set up, the breeze started, so that kind of helped a little bit. But I kind of found this beautiful camp close to water, but the spot that I found was just too magnificent to walk past. So,
Yeah.
so I camped next to this waterfall, and then woke up in the morning, and it was another absolutely beautiful day, just sunshine, and there was no bugs. It was just really good. So yeah, that was fun. And then walked into yesterday. I went to King Craig yesterday, and went to the Sui there, and then had a couple of beers, celebrated my victory.
Well, indeed.
And then one of the local lads there, he was really nice. He showed me where you can wild camp around there, which is
Yeah, I mean, wild camping in Scotland, it's almost all wild camping in Scotland.
It's
I mean,
great, isn't it?
there's no, I don't think anybody minds where you camp.
Wow.
Once or twice I camped where there was some grouse, and the grouse beaters came up and said, "You better not stay here, we're going to shoot grouse here." So
Oh wow.
they weren't rude or anything. I think they just had my safety in
Yeah.
mind, you know.
Which is fair. Yes, Australia.
Well, you've come a long way to see Scotland. I hope it's paying you back for your effort.
I just moved to Glasgow 5 weeks ago now. I was living in London I moved to London in January. I just got a visa for a couple of years, which is good. Terrible timing, but it's still wonderful. It's a good time to be
You mean with
exploring.
like the coronavirus thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm surprised. I'm from Dunfermline in the Central Belt, and it's not really, most people are not really paying much attention, to be honest. The shops have got to, some shops have got a certain policy and whatnot, but most people are not really having it. See, in Aviemore,
I did.
man, they are scared.
They went back in complete lockdown. Same as Manchester as well, I heard. They're in complete lockdown as well.
Well, you've been around. What's
Everywhere else kind of seems kind of the same. Like everyone's happy to just go back to normal, and everyone seems quite relaxed, but still like I don't know. No one seems as fearful as they were, which is nice.
I think it's the fear that gets me. Like, surely there were dangerous things before this that could happen to you.
Right.
You know, so how did we all suddenly become afraid of things?
At the beginning, it was really disconnecting people, and like, yeah, just the fear amongst just the general public was really, everyone was I don't know, it was a weird vibe between.
I guess it helps if the media keeps telling you,
Oh yeah.
oh, scary stuff is happening.
This is true.
Be afraid, be very afraid.
I don't watch the news, but it's for this particular reason. It's all fear-based. It's all.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're making a news program, I suppose you want sensationalism and
You need
drama,
that,
and
yeah.
you want to get the, people to be tuning in for something. I guess, local newspapers are notorious for things like the baking competition and, very sort of mundane local news, because actually not much happens in most places. There's not much happening.
Yeah.
So, Mrs. Smith wins the bowling competition's big news in Dunfermline.
I like that kind of stuff, though. It's quite humbling.
So where are you from in Australia? East Coast, West?
Yeah, up the top of the East Coast.
Up the top of the East Coast.
Central top. Central, not Sydney though, but still
yeah,
central East Coast.
I'm kind of close to Inverness. I'm really annoyed that I can't listen to my music from my phone while YouTube.
Well, yeah.
And I'm going to have to buy another phone. I just cannot drive miles without music.
I can relate to that.
Now, maybe an iPod or something like that. I don't know. Quite a bold, adventurous thing to do, if you don't mind me saying so, for a young woman on her own. Are you?
A few people said this when I left. They was, oh, you're a bit crazy. I'm like, oh, everyone seems quite nice up here. So
I think Scotland is probably one of the safest places in the world.
I think so too, to be
that
fair.
it really is. And the further north you go, the nicer and
oh my God.
safer it gets.
This morning I went, after I packed up my tent, I went to get a coffee, and the coffee shop was shut, and this lovely lady was out. She's like, oh no, they're shut today and tomorrow, but she's like, don't worry, come with me, I'll make you some coffee at home. I'm like, oh. She's like, you brought me inside, made me some toast and some coffee, and had a chat, and it was so lovely. And then as we were walking back to her place, another woman whose daughter sells like bread on the side of the Chivacha kind of. Anyway, she had leftover bread. She seen me and said, oh, when you leave, pop in, we've got some leftover bread. So she sent me off with bread and peanut butter, and
wow.
Everyone's just been. But yeah, like I said, the further north I get, everyone's just so wonderful.
So, did you say when you came to this country you lived in London?
I started off in January in London.
That'd be a different experience. I used to live in London.
I didn't vibe with it. Too well. It's I found it quite disconnected. Very busy. Everyone's just got like blinkers on and is doing their thing, and it was hard. I found it quite hard.
Yeah.
So I left.
I think it is I think if you want to live and work in a city, you have to accept all of the somewhat unpleasant things that go with it.
Yeah.
Like that disconnect, like nobody wanting to talk to you or look at you, going into a pub and only the people you know speaking to you or saying hello. If you go into a pub in the north of Scotland, everybody will say hi.
Yeah, I was in the pub last night. I went for a couple of beers, and it was the whole pub was just all the locals like, yeah, come sit with us and join us, and everyone. Oh, it's just been wonderful.
No, that's why I come here, because even the central belt of Scotland, it's a little closed.
Yeah.
It's not terrible. It's not like London, but it's not like up north. We say that, like, the phrase "up north" for me has this sort of connotation. I'm going up north because I know what up north means is you could be busking and somebody will say, "Come in the pub, man. Come in the pub and play." Oh, all right then, and they'll buy you a beer and have a crack. Or if you pull over at a campsite, like not a campsite, but just a place where people have set up and there's a fire.
Quite welcome, yeah. Everyone's open arms and.
It's very relaxed. I don't know how much of the journey you saw or heard because, man, 4G's a bit sporadic in the middle of the Scottish wilderness. So, if any of you are still with me, I hope you enjoyed some of that journey. I hope I'm getting a good charge because I am going to try and stream the Busk. So stay with me for 100 gigabytes of data challenge experiment. Let's see how much of this data we can use. I may occasionally update the figures, because out of interest, I'd like to know how much data I am using in the streaming. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to know if I am going to run out and when. Now I see a comment window, but I can't read the comment because that would be dangerous and illegal. So I'm assuming some of YouTube is still with me. Excellent. We are approaching Inverness. There's a car park I'm familiar with, very central. Once I get there, I'm going to head into the pedestrian precinct, get out my busking gear and go for a busk. If the busking is good, I might stay here all day and all night. It depends how it goes. Although my plan is to be in Oban tomorrow, so in order to do that I've got quite a bit of driving to do, because it's probably 2 hours to Fort William and it's maybe another hour to Oban. So, you know, is there a night busk to be had in Fort William? I don't know. On a Monday night, depends on the tourist. I think there's probably more chance of there being a night busk in Inverness. I might be here all day and all night till about 10 o'clock. And then I will drive the Great Glen Road down Loch Ness through Fort William and onto Oban. But we'll see. I'm open to suggestion by the quantum multiverse. Let's see what happens. Right, I tell you, one of the things I'm going to do in Inverness, right, is I am going to buy another phone so I can listen to my music while I stream on YouTube. Because really, man, I've got my old fucking iPhone at home. Shit, it's got a cracked screen, but you know, it would do the job. Bugger, fuck, bugger. Ah well, you know, that's why you put to sea to learn and improve. Now, this car park is often quite busy. Are you leaving? Fantastic. There's somebody leaving. Brilliant. I'm getting in. 5 hours, £3. That's not bad. I'll be here 5 hours. 5 hours. It's 1 o'clock. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Till 6 o'clock. Yeah. And then there'll be no parking charges on the street. So if I want to stay here, I'll just move the van. Happy days. All right, YouTube, that was the A9 Aviemore to Inverness.